Let it not be forgotten. The shortest path to peace is constructive dialogue and diplomacy. To use the eloquent expression of our People's Alliance partner, Mr. Devlet Bahçeli, peace is not a one-winged bird. It's of great importance for the parties to act with a conciliatory, patient, and prudent understanding to achieve results. Furthermore, at this critical stage, one must remain ready and vigilant against any attempt by Israel to dynamite the negotiation process. Regarding the Strait of Hormuz, where tensions are escalating, our stance is very clear. If one side of Hormuz is Iran, the other side is Oman. The right of the Gulf countries to have access to the high seas must not be restricted, to the international waters must not be restricted. The essential goal is to ensure freedom of navigation based on established rules and to keep Hormuz open to the commercial vessels. It's evident that the war has accelerated the search for alternative routes to bring energy resources from neighboring countries to international markets. As Turkey, we are open to cooperation with our neighbors through visionary projects such as the development road. We are saddened by the destruction and loss of life caused by the war in Ukraine, another conflict area in our immediate vicinity. We continue to believe that the war will end through a negotiation process in which the parties are represented fairly and equally. I would like to express with all my sincerity that Turkey stands ready to support any and all facilitation efforts for the continuation of direct negotiations, including the summits at the leaders' level, should the parties be willing. The strengthening of peace, stability, and normalization in our neighbor, Syria, is of vital importance for the future of our region. Under the prudent leadership of President Shara, we are pleased with the progress Syria made over the past year and a half, and I would like to express that we will continue to stand by the Syrian people in the period ahead. Distinguished participants, in our Balkan vision, shaped by deep-rooted historical ties, the reinforcement of peace, stability, and prosperity continues to be our priority. With this mindset, we are highly optimistic about the Balkan Peace Platform, which we have brought to life. On the other hand, we are strengthening the organization of Turkic states, which we regard as the guarantor of peace and tranquility in Eurasia with each passing day. This year, we will host the 13th summit of the Organization of Turkic States in our country. And in the final quarter of this year, we will take over the term presidency from Azerbaijan. During our term presidency, we will inshallah further increase the international effectiveness and visibility of our organization. In coordination with Azerbaijan, we are advancing the normalization process with our neighbor Armenia step by step. In this regard, we continue our strong support for the Trans-Caspian East-West Middle Corridor Initiative, which is the most reliable route for trade between Asia and Europe. We wish to see the Aegean and the Eastern Mediterranean as basins of stability and prosperity. To this end, just as we reject unilateral and maximalist attitudes that attempt to exclude Turkey and the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, we also find the futile efforts of those who seek to benefit from a war environment to be utterly wrong. The resilient stance of the Turkish Cypriots has now proven to the entire world the reality of two distinct peoples and two separate states on the island. We believe that the positive atmosphere we have established with our neighbor Greece should not only facilitate the resolution of our bilateral issues, but also contribute to ending violations of the rights of the Turkish minority in Western Thrace. In another brotherly country, Libya, our active efforts to ensure calmness and security continue. We sincerely support the territorial integrity, sovereignty, and development efforts of African countries. In Sudan, since April 2023, conflicts have been ongoing, and we stand by all diplomatic efforts to end these conflicts. In recent years, to ensure its stability and security, Somalia has taken significant steps. Our support for Somalia's territorial integrity and economic prosperity remains unwavering. As Turkey, while pursuing our foreign policy across different regions and continents, we are also strengthening our existing alliance ties. As one of the leading countries of NATO, the guarantor of the collective security of the Euro-Atlantic region, we will host the Leaders Summit in Ankara on 7th and 8th of July this year. At this summit, we hope to adopt important decisions that will carry the alliance forward with its renewed strength, and we are already laying the groundwork to this end. On this occasion, I would like to emphasize once again that as history, geography, and geopolitics repeatedly remind us, Turkey is an integral part of Europe. The shared challenges we face today have once again demonstrated the strategic value of our partnership with Europe. While we remain committed to our goal of full membership in the European Union, we expect the Union to overcome its crisis of direction and to remain faithful to the vision of its founding leaders. In upcoming November, we will also host the 31st conference of the parties to the UNFCCC here in Antalya. Throughout our COP31 presidency, we will prioritize policies that align the environmental agenda with the aspirations of young people, including efforts to expand the zero waste movement. My dear friends and distinguished guests, before I conclude my words, I would like to share the following sentiment. Throughout history, peace, stability, and justice have been achieved not only through power, but also through solidarity. As the great thinker Ibn Khaldun observed, what sustains a society is not the power it possesses, but the asabiya that gives power that gives power and the sense of unity, a shared destiny and solidarity. As people of conscience, the more we strengthen the cause of peace and humanity against the forces of war and genocide, the more confidently we can look to the future. Therefore, today the issue is not merely to build new institutions, a system, or an order. The main issue is to be able to establish a new ground of solidarity. I regard your presence at the Antalya Diplomacy Forum as a valuable contribution to the establishment of this ground of solidarity. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being with us. With these thoughts, I wish that the forum will yield auspicious outcomes. I would like to congratulate our Ministry of Foreign Affairs and everyone who contributed to this event once again, and I greet you all with respect and affection. Stay in good health. We would like to thank His Excellency President Recep Tayyip Erdogan for his address.
President of the Republic of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, thank you so much. Çok teşekkürler Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımız. Thank you so much.
Efendim sizi yerinize alabiliriz. Değerli misafirler.
Distinguished guests and participants, here is the conclusion of the first session of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum, and I'd like to thank once again to His Excellency Mr. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and to our minister and to all of our guests.
But in many ways, this is just the beginning. A rich and engaging program lies ahead, and we wish you all a productive and successful forum. Thank you so much.
तुर्की के सदर रजब तैयब एर्दोगान खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि हम खित्ते में अमन की कोशिशें जारी रखेंगे। वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान की कोशिशों से खित्ते में जंग रुक गई। तुर्क सदर का ऐसा कहना था। मजीद कहा कि जंगबंदी को अमन के एक मौके के तौर पर देखना चाहिए। अंतालिया डिप्लोमेसी फोरम में वज़ीर आज़म मियां मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ की तारीफ की गई और उन्होंने कहा कि जंग रुकी है, उसका क्रेडिट वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान मियां मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ को जाता है और वज़ीर आज़म मियां मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ इस वक्त तुर्की में मौजूद हैं। अंतालिया डिप्लोमेसी फोरम और तुर्की के सदर रजब तैयब एर्दोगान इस मौके पर ये कह रहे थे कि इस जंगबंदी को अमन के एक मौके के तौर पर हमें देखना चाहिए। वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान की कोशिशों से खित्ते में जंग रुक गई है। उन्होंने कहा कि हम खित्ते में अमन की कोशिशों को हमेशा जारी रखेंगे। अंतालिया डिप्लोमेसी फोरम में वज़ीर आज़म मियां मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ की तारीफ़ की गई, जो सालसी का किरदार पाकिस्तान अदा कर रहा है उसकी तारीफ़ की गई और तुर्की के सदर रजब तैयब एर्दोगान खिताब कर रहे थे इस डिप्लोमेसी फोरम से, जिस पे वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान की तारीफ़ की गई है और उन्होंने कहा कि जंगबंदी को अमन के एक मौके के तौर पर देखना चाहिए और जो जंग रुकी है उसका क्रेडिट वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान मियां मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ को जाता है।